The nice guy phenomenon, where men prioritize being overly accommodating to women, can hinder romantic success due to a perceived lack of assertiveness and a focus on pleasing others rather than building genuine connection. This can lead to a lack of attraction and a perception of being weak or needy. It's important to distinguish between nurturing behavior and being overly accommodating, as the latter can often leave a man feeling unheard and unfulfilled in a relationship. Are men being taken advantage of for being nice? Now, that's the question that we're putting across today. But before I do that, I'm going to just go straight to the point and ask you guys a few questions, starting from Gang. Gang, do you think you're a nice guy?
I'm a very nice guy.
What was that all about?
Okay, that sounded funny.
I'm a very nice guy.
Yeah.
With boundaries.
Yeah, with boundaries. And I like the fact that I settled down when I was a nice guy, because if it was today and I had not settled down, there wouldn't be any nice guy.
No. Wait. How come you settled down when you are a nice guy? You are still settled down.
Yeah.
Then what changed? Because
There's a conflict, there's a conflict
But here's the
somewhere.
thing, my friends, family members that have also, living their lives and seeing what they're going through, seeing the
Your
experience.
friends, Mazino.
Yes. No, well, him and some other people like you. So seeing what people are going through, and even in this modern day and era, when I hear certain stories, I'm like, seriously? People are actually looking for bad boys to that extent?
Oh.
It's crazy. Even girls that really call
it.
themselves baddies to an extent.
better
It's
believe
another story to tell.
Exactly.
So I'm like, the nice guys carry last syndrome is apparent. It's so true.
Yeah.
It's true.
Okay,
So that's why I'm happy I
Hero is
settled
like
when
the
I
poster
settled.
child for nice guy.
Yeah.
Even his smile says, I'm nice, I'm
He
nice.
was not wait, you believe that smile?
No, I said poster child. Remember,
Okay,
this is the same
poster.
guy that identifies with us also.
Okay.
Things, but he's like the poster child for nice guys. I saw the video you did with the lady that you were trying to propose to, the Indian thingy. Yeah,
Yes.
and that was a nice guy thing going on there.
No, I feel like men should be nice guys. We should try as much as possible to accommodate these women,
All right,
even though they've
stop. The question is, are you a nice guy?
Yes, I am a nice guy. I believe men should be nice guys because the masculinity sometimes our
Frank, that's funny,
testosterone
right?
biologically.
Yeah.
Men are not wired to be nice guys because, it is in a man's nature to protect, to lead, and sometimes, that could mean being very territorial, you know what I mean? So I'm just saying now, because of the world we live in, and because we need to accommodate everybody, we need to sort of, dilute it a little bit. You know what I mean? All those testosterone, just dilute it a little bit. Be more accommodating.
Okay.
Wow.
Well, that sounds like a pitch, yeah?
Sarcasm at its best. Sarcasm.
So Frank, I'm not going to ask you the same question.
Let me tell you. Let me lead you to one article I saw on, the formidable news outlet, Instablog. Now, let me tell you something. It intrigued me. The topic was, what is that red flag that you admire in the opposite sex? And the question was channeled to women.
Oh, okay.
Although I know I'm of the school of thought that men shouldn't be nice. Well, they shouldn't be nice all the time. You shouldn't be a simp. But the answers I got furthered my resolve that men should not even be nice at all.
Okay.
Women were answering. Do you know what I saw?
No, what did you see?
The one I saw is, I like it when my man tells me, I don't want to hear, you see, I don't want to repeat myself again. When they tell you something, he says, he puts his foot down, say, turns her on. I don't want to repeat myself. Others say that, and it is unbelievable, they say that when their man whacks them, not like extremely, but shows power, that there's some strange thing going on in the minds of these women that you're trying to be nice to. I'm not saying all of them are like that, but a majority of women don't like nice guys. They think they like nice, good guys. They want bad guys that are nice to them sometimes.
Oh.
But I also
what's
feel
spoken?
like the reason for that is you can trace it to how they grew up. I feel like
Okay,
everything-
upbringing. Okay, go ahead.
So, typical Nigerian family. Typical Nigerian family, at least the generation before, my father's generation, right? There was this sense there was an absolute authority that the fathers had.
That's it.
So as a girl child, you've watched your father say, hey, I don't want to hear it again.
Yeah.
Sit down.
Yes.
My word is
Yes.
final, right? So you have psychologically wired your future male counterparts to be like your father, even though you don't like how your father acted.
Yeah. But you see your father as an authority, someone who's in
It's a
control.
psychological thing. So it's now passed down, and as much as they don't want it, as much as they don't like it, when they now meet the person that really behaves how they want him to behave, because of that psychological wiring that they've had as a child.
They're not comfortable. So they want that character from
That father figure.
that thing.
I've heard ladies say that, they would not respect such a man that does not command that kind of authority. However, they'll still say, no, I don't want a man that will be commanding me. So it's more or less like, what exactly do you want?
They
So you want a nice guy on paper. You want a man that is emotionally intelligent. You want a man that ticks all your boxes. And God gives you that same man that is willing to roll the floor
for you and worship the ground you walk on.
And worship the ground you
put
walk
his jacket on a puddle so that you can walk across.
But you're like, he's too nice.
Gang, just before we came live, I remember Frank telling us about the Kaka, the Brazilian football player
you know
story,
Kaka now.
and what his ex-wife said
Kaka.
about him being too nice.
You know Kaka, handsome dude. The guy is Brazilian, but he looks like a handsome Indian
one
dude.
of the most celebrated football players in the world.
Footballers in Italy. They told him they'll burn his house if he goes to Man City. They love him that much. And crowds just sat outside his house, so he didn't go. They love him, cherish him. He's a national treasure both in Italy and Brazil. He's tall, handsome. He still looks like the footballer we used to know. No, I mean 8%.
He hasn't aged that badly.
Yeah, he hasn't eaten right and everything. His wife, and whenever he scores a goal, he removes his shirt. I belong to Jesus. Now, his wife divorced him. Tell why. She says he's too good.
It's too good. He's such a nice guy.
That was the reason.
No, it's that.
It's
He's a good guy.
Too good. He's too good. On Twitter one day, one girl said, I want a guy who's tall, dark, handsome, he's rich. He doesn't easily fly off the handle, he doesn't get angry easily. He provides for me, worships the ground that I walk on. He's available for me emotionally, physically, and otherwise. He is so altruistic, he abandons all his work just to make sure he caters to all my whims and caprices and blah, 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 and everything. And she said, where can I find such a man? Somebody answered, he is seated at the right hand of God the Father.
Nice restaurant.
But the irony is Kaka was that guy.
Yes. And that's just a very good example of what we're talking about
Because
today.
here's the thing.
Gang, have you ever been a victim of the nice guys
No, I have.
phenomenon?
I have when, in my single days, when I was such a nice guy that some of my female friends at the time were more attracted to some of my friends that were bad boys. So I almost was like an escort, putting them into the hands of those bad boys because I was treating them too nice. Now, this is the issue I have. Now, a lot of women are attracted to alpha males, so to speak. They want that alpha male persona.
But who is an alpha male? Let's even define that.
That's what he was talking about.
That's the attribute he was talking about.
Fully in control.
The man will be like, hey, what
sit there.
What did you say to me? What did you say to me? You know, and stuff like that.
Exactly. So it's women that actually term if you're a simp or not based on how you're treating them and the things that they're doing. Now, here's the funny thing. Women will always test a man.
But why?
Do you understand?
Yeah.
To an extent, it's almost psychological that they want to test the level of your manhood. When you give in too quick, too early, you're almost like a simp. when you stand strong and you don't let them have their way, they now see that they cannot ride you. Once a woman can ride you, she starts losing a certain level of
Well,
respect.
they can ride you somehow. But
Well, that kind of ride is a different...
I knew you were thinking of it. I saw it in your eyes.
But when a woman can push your buttons to that extent and you let her have her way...
You guys started it. I mean, you started it. I mean,
You shouldn't have said that.
with the micro penises.
But I also believe that
Fine.
it's left for us to rewrite the story. You
Yeah.
know, rewrite the story of what an alpha male should be, because I believe in balance. You know, sometimes I feel because I'm very close to a lot of women.
Yes, we know that. We know that.
I'm very close to a lot of women. So
Okay.
because I spend so much time with women, I think to a certain extent, I might understand them. Not totally, because you can never absolutely understand a woman. It's impossible, right?
To what extent do you understand them? Tell me. Let's.
So to a certain extent, I think I understand their psyche. I understand
Okay.
where they're coming from. I understand how they've had to adapt. Right? So I think I was having this conversation with my brother, and I'm like, when we were growing up, we used to see our father like the bad guy. And we saw our mother as this very innocent, sweet, never hurts a fly kind of woman.
Yeah.
Now growing up, we now realize that, my mom was very tactical. You know?
Very manipulative.
Very exact.
So
very
You're going to be in trouble with
So
your mom.
they've had to- so women have had to, over the years, adapt.
Yeah, and find new ways.
Find new ways to get
Yes.
what they want.
Exactly.
You know, and because I understand that, and then the people I'm very close with, I understand that, okay, I think genuinely, it's okay to be nice. There just has to be a balance. Don't be nice to the point that you lose yourself. You are not Jesus. I've seen people that have sacrificed literally almost their lives.
Oh, tell me about it.
Like they've sacrificed
Tell me
their
about it.
entire life because I just want to get it right. I don't want to be that guy. A lot of people have made the resolution, I don't want to end up like my father. I don't want to end up like my mom. I don't want to end up like this. So there's this particular figure in their lives that have set a bad precedent, and they don't want to be like that guy. So in the process of not trying to be like a particular person, they now push themselves and they lose themselves.
Exactly.
So I think it's okay to be nice. It's genuinely okay to be nice. And I feel like women have also gone through a lot, right from the time they're not even allowed to drive.
And that's why we started something recently called Woman of the Week, which will be taken shortly.
Oh,
whereby
amazing.
on every edition of the BlackTable, we'll celebrate a woman who is doing exceptionally well in the field. And today's Woman of the Week is Nkiru Kikiachuku. She is a fashion entrepreneur, creative director, and advocate for accessible luxury in African fashion. And she's the creative
Woman
director
of the Week.
Zephans and Co.
One of the qualifications I see is that they must be hot.
Oh yeah, she is. She is very beautiful.
She is beautiful, yeah.
Yeah, she's a leading Nigerian ready-to-wear fashion entrepreneur. Our brand is known for its elegant, high-quality designs that blend African heritage with modern aesthetics. Our work focuses on making stylish, sophisticated clothing accessible to women and not compromising on quality or affordability. Now, she is someone I worked with for about 2 years, and she's just an amazing person. And her story is one of the stories that will inspire young people out there, and women especially. And there's a reason why we're doing Women of the Week now, just to make women understand that as much as we're men, we see them, we identify with some of their struggles, some of their pain, and some of their achievements and qualifications.
And also because the BlackTable, there's a lot for them to learn about men as well, and to understand that we do this show not just for men, but for everyone as well.
Yeah, for
exactly.
everyone.
I love that.
Exactly. And we're very inclusive, people with micro penises and stuff like that. We're very inclusive.
Size doesn't matter here.
Joke of the week. Size doesn't matter
here.
Okay, so there are other traditions we do, which is we have just the tip, which Frank will be helping us with. It's just a tip. It's a feedback. It's just a feedback on everything we've talked about, and then we'll do toast of the week, and then we'll wrap up the show. So Frank,
So you want Frank to give you just
not give me you,
No, it's
the viewers.
No, it's okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they have moved to you. I was warning you. You didn't know what to hear.
No, I'm wondering why I just said micro penis and they said just a tip. I'm wondering why.
Okay, let's just say it's an advice to the viewers out there.
Okay, based on what we're talking about, or
Exactly, based on
Can I
everything
ask
we
one
talked
question
about.
Okay,
before
cool,
Frank gives us his tip?
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't mean that like
Well, I'm not the one with the micro penis.
Well,
And you're not the one going to the restroom with him.
I'm telling you.
Like, why are 2 dudes going to the
I
restroom?
don't understand.
Villain Daniels.
One guy followed me into the bathroom. I want a selfie. I said, step away before I knock you the fuck out. What are you talking
Frank, you need
about?
to be more liberal. You need to open.
In the bathroom. I said, my friend, let's go outside.
You're lucky Trump
He
is
said, he
president.
looked at me.
Why can't we do
What's
here?
wrong? What's wrong with this guy? I said, this is the bathroom,
Yeah.
please.
So
Let's go.
my question was this: if chivalry is dead, who killed it?
Women, I think.
Women, right?
Okay.
Because that's the thing we're talking about. That's the basis of
Exactly.
what we're talking. You know, because,
We'll never really know.
opening doors. Do you know, I was in New York, Fifth Avenue, one restaurant opened. So I was going in, my grandmother really taught me how to be very nice to women. And so I opened the door. I saw 3 beautiful women coming in. So I was at the threshold of the door. I opened the door, I held it open, and they passed by. Instead of saying thank you, they go, wow, they still open doors for women in New York?
Wow.
Wow. No, thank you.
They were shocked.
So am I going to open another door in New York? Not that I do it to expect thanks,
Yeah.
but it's very disheartening to see that.
That was the response you got.
Yeah, that was the response I got. I mean, there should be an exception to the rule. So I feel chivalry was killed by women. I feel so. Because if they appreciated some of those things, because some women would think, even pull or there, even pull chair for me. Please. But she would want some.
Yeah, some of them will say, oh, so cute.
No. Man, you're so far distant.
So far.
I still open doors, though.
You say, no. I do.
Hero, you are disqualified at
I
this
do.
point.
No. I do.
So let me not like to hit. I open doors for everybody.
No.
If there's someone
For men.
Open
listen,
door for
listen
me.
to me. If I'm going through a door and somebody is following me, I really don't know who's behind me. But I hold the door open because somebody is coming.
So the
through.
last time you went on a date with Olamide, did you open the door for him?
I've never gone on a date.
That's not the narrative.
I've never gone on a
That's
date
not
with
the
Olamide,
narrative.
But
Okay,
I've opened
so-
the restroom
No,
door.
So-
don't do that. He only
So
goes to
you
the
know what?
restroom
I
with
think
me.
that was
opened the
Frank's
restroom door.
just the tip. Thank you very much for
Okay, the
giving us.
tip?
Yes.
Yeah, the tip.
He's my hero, just in case you're wondering.
Oh,
Mr. Daniels.
Oh, wow.
He's my BlackTable hero.
Okay, so the tip I have is directed to women, just because someone is.
Who else
nice.
would your tip be directed to?
No, it could be directed to men. It's the black table.
Okay.
Yeah. Do I know your program better than you?
What am I drinking that's making me?
Well, I know. I hope methylated spirit wasn't added. But anyhow, I'm trying to say that this is for women just because someone, like Hero said, women go through stuff, but men go through stuff too. Mm-hmm. So before women think of a guy that is nice, they should learn to look at it closely and analyze and find out what the men went through too. So if a guy is being nice to you, not that he's desperate to have your attention, maybe that's what his grandmother taught him, to be respectful to women. Yeah. So they shouldn't take it for granted when somebody is nice. Yeah. A nice person can also be your soul. It's just like they're saying that my soulmate should not be nice. A soulmate should be a bad guy that is nice sometimes to me and all that. So just because someone is nice, don't deprecate them, don't look down on them, and just enjoy it, because that guy is probably one in a million, because many guys wouldn't do that. And just enjoy it and know that it comes from a place of, hey, this is how I was raised to treat women, and I'm treating you because I think you're special.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. That wasn't the tip. That was the entire thing.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the the whole kit and caboodle.
I feel very, very violated.
Wow.
At this point, we'll do the toast of the week.
He's used to micro. What can we say?
Wow.
Hero, so you'll be giving us the toast of the week. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. What are we toasting to?
We're toasting to all the beautiful women
Before
watching the BlackTable.
This guy.
You know I love you all.
This guy.
I'm pro women anytime, any day. Please ignore the things they've said, please.
You know, pro is short for prostitute.
Oh!
I just thought you should know.
All right, at this point, we need to say good night. Thank you very much
Wow.
to you men
I just thought he should know.
for being very seasoned. Yes, that's all I can say. All right, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, we'll see you same time, same station next week. Do have a beautiful weekend and good night.